Okay, here's our next lesson, distributive property. So make sure your notes page that says distributive property. And this is the property that we talked about earlier under properties. And it just says that if you've got any number outside the parentheses, we distribute it inside. So A times B would be AB, and A times C would be AC. Or distribute A times B for AB, and A times negative C is negative AC. So that's kind of the rule for the distributive property. But I want you to see what it looks like given numbers and variables. All right, so let's take a few of the, let's do the, I like doing the, that third column, so that gives you plenty enough practice problems together, and then if you're still struggling, that's when you come into tutoring and we can do the other sides of the notes together. So if you look at number 3, distributive property says you're going to distribute using multiplication this outside term, and it's a constant term, right? So I'm going to multiply negative 4 times y. Negative 4 times y is negative 4y. Now we're going to distribute this negative 4 to a positive 3. Remember, I don't say addition, I don't say subtraction. It is just a positive integer. So a negative 4 times a positive 3 is a negative 12. And I look, can I combine any further? I can't because they're unlike terms. This is a variable term. This is a constant term. Notice the language that I'm using is the same language that we talked about in that last one, right? So if you want to pause the video and just scroll through and check your answers for this third column, you can. But I'm going to get 8 times 4 is 32. 8 times negative b is negative 8b. And that's my simplified answer. Number 9, negative 3 times 2x is negative 6x. Negative 3 times a negative 4 is a positive 12. And this last one, 12 on this page, d times c. Notice I'm going to put it in CD alphabetical order. So CD times d times negative 4 is minus 4d. So those are my simplified answers for numbers 3 through 12. And then let's look at 15 and 16. So x times 2y, remember alphabetical order, 2xy. X times negative 5z is negative 5xz. And x times positive 1 is positive x. And again, I can put, sorry about that, positive x or positive 1x, either way. Remember, if you don't know how to multiply fractions at the top of your head, come see me during tutoring. I hope you're tired of me saying that and you actually come to see me during tutoring. So, negative 1/8 times 4/5. I can cross-reduce 4 and 8 in my head, and I would get negative 1/10 x. Negative 1/8 times negative 24. A negative times a negative is a positive. 8 and 24 cancel out to 3. So that's my final answer, negative 1/10 x plus 3. Okay? All right. That's the distributive property. So, when you have multiple, like a multi-step expression, you're going to distribute and combine. So what it means to simplify an expression, it means to ensure there are no parentheses and no like terms, that you've done everything you can to combine your like terms. So let's start with number 20. We've got a couple of different times we have to distribute. I'm going to expand this, sorry, and 9 times 2k is 18k. 9 times negative 4 is negative 36. Now I'm going to distribute this negative 2 times 7k is negative 14k, and negative 2 times negative 12 is positive 24. Now I look at my expression and I say, is it simplified? It's not. I've got this negative 14k and this 18k, which can be combined to 4k, and a negative 36 and a positive 24 is a negative 12. Now it is simplified. If I look at number 22, I have 6 plus 8 times 4w is 32w. 8 times negative 7 is negative 56. I'm also going to distribute this negative right here. Negative 2w, and it becomes a negative 1. Is it simplified? It's not. So I'm going to combine like terms. 32w and negative 2w is 30w. I've got a 6, a negative 56, and a negative 1, which these guys combine to a negative 50. Negative 50 and a negative 1 is a negative 51. And that is my simplified answer. Okay? 24. Again, we've got this fraction piece. Don't fear the fraction. We just got to do it, and we should be able to do it in our head. So let me expand it a little bit more because I like looking at it like that. So I can do this in my head. 7/8 times 4/5. 4 and 8 cross reduce to 1 and 2. That makes it 7/10 x. 7/8 times 16. 8 and 16. Cross reduce. 8 cancels out. 2. 2 times 7 is 14. 3/5 times 1/2 is 3/10 x. 3/5 times -10. 5 and -10 cross reduce to 1 and -2. 3 times -2 is -6. Can I combine? Sure I can. 7/10 x and 3/10 x. That's 10 over 10x, which is 1 whole x. And a positive 14 and a -6 is a positive 8. Okay? So that is using the distributive property and combining like terms. Come see me if you have questions during tutoring. Good luck with your homework.